Hello, everybody. This is DjPot with Hip Hop Breath. I got Brooklyn's own. What's your name? State your name, where you from, and stuff like that.
Tonisteelz, you already know. I'll let you favorite hood shit.
Tonisteelz. So where you? East New York. Born and raised, or?
Born and raised. Born and raised in East New York. Word.
Okay. I just like me. I'm from the Old Crown Heights. You know. So how did you come up with your name?
That's right.
That's right. Now, as far as
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now, what I was asking, as far as with your name, how did you come up with your name?
Actually, this name was I was dubbed Tonisteelz. This wasn't originally my idea. However, Tony is a name that I did used to use back in the days. You know, when guys tried to holler, that's the name that I gave them. I didn't necessarily give my name, but I gave them Tonisteelz. But yeah, Tonisteelz is actually it was dubbed for me by a lady that was managing me at the time, and this was a long time ago. Before Tonisteelz, I was actually Infinite.
Infinite, okay. Okay. So just looking through your bio, you have a long history of a lot of things, from acting to music, podcasting, I think, to fashion.
Yes.
Yes. So you started at the age of 9, or before that, or?
Before that, I probably, before that I was entertaining like the family, those type of things, We grew up in a time where your parents would throw you in the middle and make you dance and everybody throw money. So, I was doing that. I was doing that from young, but I had my first on stage experience at Brooklyn College, where I garnered a standing ovation. And that was my first real feel of entertainment. I started off as a dancer. I was a child dancer. I danced in everything. I was part of a dance group called The Future. And we did a lot of shows in and out the city around Brooklyn. We would practice at St. John's Recreation Center, right in the Heights. Yeah, that was where I really got my my thing, I guess, from, to be able to perform, in front of big audiences and stuff. So yeah, 9 was my start. Wow. Yep.
Wow, awesome. It's an early start.
That's an early start. That's an early start. And I didn't really know if this is what I wanted to do then, but I knew then that that's what I wanted to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I knew that I wanted to dance on stage, but I didn't know I wanted to actually do this for the rest of my life, so that's I'm still here.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Now it says you Grammy considered. How does that feel, and how did that come about?
Grammy considered. Yes. Well, my record, Welcome to My Hood, was registered. It's being distributed with HUMAG Distribution, and HUMAG Distribution was the company actually who pushed the record to be, nominated for some, so it's just pretty dope. It's pretty dope that the record I wrote about Brooklyn, East New York, Welcome to My Hood, is a Grammy considered record. You know what I'm saying? And
yes,
that's a record, to be honest, like I didn't even have a great feel for. If that makes sense. Like and that's a record that I realized a lot of people gravitate to the most. And I'm just honored that I was able to be considered for a Grammy. I went up against, the Cardi B, Drake, I believe Cardi B won that year for that category,
Okay.
which was best rap record that I was considered for. So, you know, I'm thankful. I'm honored to even be considered.
Of course. That's a huge milestone, you know what I mean, in your career.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, some of the iconic New York City venues that you have performed in, which was like the Garden, SOBs, BB King's, Jacob Javits. Which was the one that was like the milestone to say, damn, I'm really here performing in front of the crowd?
Ask me that question again.
Some of the venues that you performed in New York City, at which venue was it like, I can't believe I'm here performing in front of a crowd?
Madison Square Garden. 2011, maybe 10, 11, maybe. Maybe even 12. One of those years, the Liberty game. We played halftime at the Liberty game. I was actually a part of a duo at the time titled Black Steels. It was me and a fella, EMF Black, and getting to perform at Madison Square Garden was amazing. I can't even tell you how I get in these spaces. But yeah, we performed at, and that's monumental. That's still monumental. In my career, even though it was on a court, which is huge. I didn't get on the stage yet, but just to be on the court, that was amazing. That was amazing. So I would say that was one of the monumental stages that I've had the pleasure to, perform.
Yeah, like being in the building performing, as far as doing something you love to do, that's always a big thing. You know what I mean?
I love to perform. I miss that the most. You know, I miss the creation process of creating a record. I miss that, of course, but I miss the stage in a huge way. You know, that's part of all of this that I love the most, is connecting with an audience on a real level.
I got you.
And music does.
That's true. So since this whole pandemic, have you been writing a lot, or just, you know what I mean, or just relaxing, sit back, relaxing yourself?
This pandemic, I've been doing a lot. I've been writing. No, I'm not going to say I've been writing. I haven't been writing. What I have been doing, I've been exercising my freestyling ability. That's something that I used to do before I ever started writing rhymes.
Okay.
And I do it every now and again. Like, I have to be in a zone, and I smoke my little Ziggy, and I get, you know what I'm saying? But there used to be a time where that's all I did was freestyle, and I've been testing that ability again, getting back into that space of just coming off the top of my head, and I'm doing that. So I haven't been writing any music per se. I've been brainstorming for the most part. I get a lot of beats and I brainstorm, and I just go off the top, and I spit it to my notes sometimes. Or sometimes I'll just go live and spit it on Instagram, and that type of thing. But I've been writing as far as scripts is concerned. I have projects that I'm working on that God willing will be given the time of day at some point in time. So I'm looking forward to that. Besides rapping, I'm just an all-around entertainment type of person. I'm into theater, I'm into film, I'm into television. I'm into series, you know, I'm into music, I'm into hair, I'm into fashion. So I love all these things, you know, and I don't limit myself because I'm about all of this, you know.
Yes.
So I don't limit myself to it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been writing, and you know, getting busy in that aspect. This is a different. I feel like rap is easy for me, especially because I've been doing it so long. It's easy for me, so I know once I start getting my gear and my brain in motion, you know, these raps is going to come off the top of my head. So I'm not worried about that. You know,
I gotcha.
Right now it's just yeah, I'm in a change right now. I'm pivoting a little bit per se in 2021.
I got you. So you mentioned that you're writing scripts. As far as for your acting, I see you have 2 or probably more films that's out now. One, I see that you're playing a cop. How did you get that role? How do you feel about playing that role?
So that's interesting. I'm trying to figure out which one you're talking about. Excuse me.
You're talking about Traffic Lane.
Traffic Lane. Okay, so Traffic Lane is a comedy written by Jermaine Smith of Everyday the Brand Entertainment, and it's a comedy about a correction officer with 2 bad feet. So it's going to be pretty funny.
Okay.
It's probably going to be all. That's the intention. It's supposed to just be all the way to the left and funny and just ridiculous. It's a, you know, correction officer with 2 bad feet. Like, why?
I mean, you can't run. You can't do too much of nothing.
Nothing. Hilarious too. It's played by Capone. That role is played by comedian Capone. And if you know comedian Capone,
yeah,
you know comedian funny as hell. So you know he's gonna bring it, and
yes,
he's definitely bringing it. But I play Officer Barnes, and of course I'm a dirty cop. I'm a dirty, you know, correction officer, and it's just pretty funny. It's just pretty funny, you know. Hopefully, it's supposed to be released in this year, 2021. So God willing, you know, you guys will get to see it when it does release. I believe it's going to probably be going straight to Amazon Prime, as this is what they're doing now with releases for the most part. So you know, y'all look out for that. It's called Traffic Lane. Yeah, Traffic Lane, absolutely.
Okay, that's dope. Now I'm gonna get back to your music situation. I see you opened up for a lot of big artists.
Yes.
Faith Evans, Naughty by Nature, Ice-T, Brian McKnight, Maxie Priest, Deborah Cox.
Yeah.
Which was the one that you felt like? Let me ask this question right. Which was the one that you felt that you really had to go out there and show yourself, like to really show your talent?
Oh wow, which one did I feel? The one where I opened up for Faith Evans. It was actually an event for Kiss FM.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's even dope.
Green. That was dope. It was dope. It was out here in Brooklyn, Family and Friends Day here in Brooklyn at Bon King Park, is it? I believe.
Tompkins and
they have the stage. Yeah, they have the stage after. Yeah. And that was yeah. I felt like, you know, I had to flex a little bit. I had to do my thing. You know, this is Faith Evans. I think Faith Evans is really, really dope. You know, opening up for. Well, before I go to there, I think, you know, she's really dope. She's very iconic. She's a huge artist, and I felt like I needed to flex a little, you know, performing, opening up for her, make sure I get the crowd nice and good before she come on, and you know, I can say I did that. So that was pretty dope. Opening up for Naughty by Nature and Ice-T, wow, that was lit too. But like Naughty by Nature and Ice-T was the, you know, they were the headliners. So it's like, yeah, everybody who's opening up, do your thing, but we want to see them. And hell, that's how I wanted to see them. So it was like, it was dope though, opening up for them too. They just brought a different type of energy. They are iconic, you know, and they are superstars. Like it was a breath of fresh air to see them perform. Naughty by Nature and Ice-T, because it's like, you know, these are people that I grew up on for the most part, and they did the records that I love, and it was amazing to see in person and to be a part of that. So I don't know. I think all of them made me step up my game. You know, I'm always looking to do a better show and be on, you know, better stages for the most part, so that I can do a better show, bring a better show, and, you know, and make things, you know, more lit.
So I gotta ask you about the whole Maxi Priest thing. He's a reggae icon. How did that come about? Because me, I'm a big, you know, Brooklyn. I'm a big reggae fan.
So Maxi Priest, that was actually Maxi Priest, Deborah Cox, Brian McKnight. That was at the Circle of Sisters for WBLS at Jacob Chapter.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that was amazing. Being able to open up, it was me and a girlfriend, Monique Nicole. Shouts to Monique Nicole, and she had a record. We did Sybil's "Don't Make Me Over."
Okay.
We made that record. The dope record is online everywhere. You guys can check it out. Stream it on SoundCloud. Actually, "Don't Make Me Over" by Monique Nicole and Tonisteelz. And we performed that record at the Jacob Javits Center, and man, that was amazing too. That was another dope experience. The Jacob Javits Center. It was so many people. It was so many people, and that was a dope event to, you know, perform and open up for such amazing artists. Like, you know, for artists like myself, I'm thankful that I'm able to get into, again, these spaces, because, you know, not too many hip hop artists are invited into these spaces to perform with artists like these. So I'm very thankful for those opportunities, absolutely. But Deborah Cox, Brian McKnight, Maxi Priest, oh my God, they were lit. Full Force performed that day as well. Okay. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. I felt like a small fish and a big fish at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
A small, I'm around all this, you know, iconic stuff in a big fish, because at the same time I'm here, you know. So it was, yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Now, as far as for you, said that you're into hair now. So what made you cross into the doing hair? Or is it like something you do, or just do it, or do it as being a hobby?
I was doing hair for a little bit. You know, I'm a licensed cosmetologist.
Okay.
And I was doing hair for, I've worked at, you know, different salons, and I worked with Hair Club for men and women. And, you know, I've been in the business for over 10 years or so, doing hair. But again, that's just part of who I am, because I like to have my hair done, and I like to do different things with myself. So, you know, it was just one of those things. It was just another thing under my belt. You know, this is something that I love to do. Let me see what I can do. And I went and got licensed and got versed in the business itself. And, you know, I loved it for the time that I did it, you know. And of course, it's one of those things that never go away. I still do my friends' hair, my sister's hair, you know, I'm still involved in that way. You know, the truth of the matter is this music is like number one for me, you know?
That's dope. So let's talk about your fashion line. What made you want to create a fashion line, and, you know, and some of the sayings in your fashion line? Like, you know, how did you come up with this stuff?
So the Tonisteelz collection, I didn't actually want to start a clothing line.
Really?
I really didn't. I didn't want to start no clothing line. I like clothes. I like to shop, you know. So I didn't necessarily want my own thing. I just, you know, give me a few pieces, give me my name, you know, give me my slogans, and that's it. Like, it was gonna be good enough for me to wear. I didn't want to actually start a whole thing. But what happened was my cousin, who is my business partner, came up with the idea, like, hey, let's, you know, you might as well start your collection and, you know, get that popping, whatever. And it was like, okay, we started with a few pieces, and then it just started to take a life of its own. You know, it started to take a life of its own. I was working with a company, Shouts to Soda Pop, who was distributing my clothing. But as of today, I'm actually now, 2 years later, we started in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
We started in 2019. So 2 years later, here I am. I am now officially taking the collection on, on my own. I feel like I'm at a space where, I got this. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And, I know what I like. I know what I need to display for myself, to represent myself in the best way possible. I know the things that, I want to do with it. So, as of today, I am solely the controller of the Tonisteelz collection, which I'm excited about. And I'm currently opening up a store online, everybody. So B-girl, B-boy things, because, it's your favorite hood chick. I'm all about that B-boy, B-girl life. You feel me? It's hip hop till I die. So B-girl, B-boy things is the store on Shopify. And we'll be opening on the 1st of March with a whole bunch of new designs, new t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, sweatsuits, all that stuff for men, women. We got things like plates and mugs and all this stuff. So, I'm currently just doing something, another pivot. This is another pivot, in my life, as becoming the businesswoman that I know I am. So as y'all can see, I got it's a go. It's a go. Like it's a green light. Right now it's heading to the you know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah.
So everybody who fuck with the it's a go, excuse my language.
No, it's all good. I like that. So, like I said earlier. What you said? Was the last thing you said?
I said I gotta get you something.
Okay, we can talk about that after. Just like I said, just reading your whole website, your whole bio, you have accomplished a lot. A lot of, I hate to say, underground artists or unsigned artists have never accomplished. Who was the person that, if there was an artist that you grew up that made you want to rap or go full forward to it? You know what I mean? Or, go full force with it.
Well, I have a few. Of course, when you set it off with the fellas, it's Big Daddy Kane and Rakim. Those are my two favorite growing up. So when I actually started freestyling, I was modeling my flow, as they call it, now. Yeah. I was modeling them. Move the Crowd from Every Being Rakim is one of my favorite records. So that was a record that I kind of like, his cadence, his tone, his style of rhyming was, what I liked. It was calm, it was cool, it was to the point. Same with Big Daddy Kane. He was real Brooklyn with it, smart ass. You know what I'm saying? I got the punchlines. So that's me too. So them two taught me how to combine the wittiness with the coolness, and keep it mellow, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say what you want to say, and get to the point. But as far as the ladies is concerned, like I gotta say, of course, MC Light, shout out to my sis Antoinette. Like it's the bars. I needed the bars. Nikki D, I love Salt and Pepper because they were cute. You know what I'm saying? They were cute. They had the fun records. I love that shit. Like I love that, And then of course you got Queen Latifah, who I feel is a powerhouse,
Yes.
And like I relate to her a lot. And yeah, so those were my inspirations coming up. You know what I'm saying? Then of course you go later on, you got Jay-Z, Big, Nas, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So it's a lot of influence in hip hop. I'm still a fan of hip hop. I still listen to hip hop. I listen to rap. I listen to trap. I listen to all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still a fan of it. I love how it's evolving. I love the twists and turns that it's taken because we growing. This is a new thing. Same thing with life. We don't know what's going to happen at 50 because we never been here before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We never been. So we growing, we evolving, you know, and I'm just enjoying all this stuff the way that it's going. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I would want to happen, of course, is bring back the variety as what we had before. That's the only thing. Because right now everybody's talking about the same thing, but you know what? We got rhythm. You know what I'm saying? They got melody, and it gets you by for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, you know, staying ahead of the wave, staying on the wave, you know, doing my best to stay ahead of the curve and still be a part of what's happening, you know, here and now. You know what I'm saying? But still being true to myself at the same time. But yeah, those are my influences. Those are people that I feel like, you know, I'm one of those people who feel like if there's a blueprint, there's a reason why this blueprint is here. So I'm not going to veer off too much from that. You know, I'm going to try a little something. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, this is where it's going to come back to, you know. So I still stick to my core tops.
Okay. Now, if you I'm just saying this, I'm saying this to the public. If you are 80s, 90s, 2000s, and beyond, there was only one video show that New York City played heavily, was with Video Music Box. How did you get to be the co-host of that show? Like, that's a real iconic show for New York City and other places too, but mainly New York City.
That was definitely a goal and plan of mine. I needed to be a part of Video Music Box. I felt like I was Video Music Box when Video Music Box was Video Music Box. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the only one. That's the thing. Everybody, this is what I loved about growing up in Brooklyn. Everybody in Brooklyn, and this is why Brooklyn is because we have things that nobody else in the world can relate to. True. Or would know about. Only a Brooklyn head would know about Video Music Box. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that Video Music Box was the place for us to see us, you know, and hear and hear the things that we like to hear, see the things that we like to see, be a part of the things that we want to be a part of. You know, there was before I got to the age where I can party. You know, he was in the parties. It was like, oh shit, you know, like you know, you in the clubs, you like Video Music Box was lit. So when I got on Facebook, I think Ralph McDaniel was probably one of the first people that I friend requested on Facebook. I might have harassed him for like a year or two.
Yeah.
I might have heard something like a year or two, like, look, Ralph, you need me on your team. Like, I can bridge this gap. Because at the time that I came on board with Video Music Box was still playing, and they still play in New York City on Channel 25. Like Wednesdays and late night Saturday mornings, they still play. So for people in New York City who don't know, Video Music Box is still on to this day. 35 years. Shouts to Uncle Ralph.
Still going.
Still going. And at that time, I was like, people need to know that Video Music Box is still on. And, you know, I felt like I was a shit. So why not it be me? You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people in the underground world. I know a lot of people in the industry. So why not it be me to bridge this gap? And it was just a perfect combination. What happened was he got to see me perform at Magic Theater. They were doing the hip hop. I forgot what it was. The hip hop marathon. Damn, I forgot what it was, and I'm so sorry that I forgot what it was. But he saw me perform, and he liked my performance. He's like, "Yo, you dope. You know, you dope in front of the camera, or whatever. Let's talk." I was like, "What?" Like, word? Because mind you, I've been harassing him. Like, listen, man. And finally, listen. And you know, I understood where he was coming from because this is his baby. Ralph McDaniels owns Video Music Box.
Yes.
Nobody owns that but him. That is his baby.
So true.
He takes care of his baby. You're not going to let just anybody come in and, you know, especially if you don't know if they're going to kill your brand. You know what I'm saying? So I understood his reserve. And took me on, gave me a couple of, chances, invited me to a couple of events and gave me chances to get behind the mic, and then that was it. That was all she wrote. That was it. I was at all the events. I was corresponding. I was, there was events that he couldn't make. He would bring me the equipment. I would go and do the interviews, on the carpets and stuff. So I am forever thankful to Uncle Ralph. Shouts to Uncle Ralph. Matter of fact, before I finish off this segment talking about Uncle Ralph video, make sure y'all follow the Video Music Box Collection on Instagram and donate, because what he's doing right now is archiving all of the Video Music Box shows from the early 80s into digital so that we can see it. And this costs a lot of money to do. He has years and years and years and years of tape.
I saw
monumental shit.
Yes.
Nobody else has. So follow Video Music Box Collective, people, and support him and donate and shout him out, show him love. He deserves that. A lot of these top artists right now are top artists because of him. People don't know that MTV and MTV Raps was created because of Ralph. People don't know that. They got their videos and stuff from him. People don't know that. So
that's true.
Show that man some love.
That's true. Definitely true. So how you feel about just like you said, what people don't know? How do you feel about this new generation don't do the history of the past generations of music, production, and anything?
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. The new generation though, like I won't even necessarily blame them for it. I would blame their parents, because their parents grew up with us. I think, you should be, listen, we was the wave of this whole 90s thing. We was the wave of that. We're a part of that. We grew up with this hip hop. We grew up down and all of this shade. We did that, so I think it was up to us to teach our kids what's what. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, what it's looking like, that wasn't done. So these kids is doing their own thing, and yeah, they should learn, but we still have to teach. We can't get tired, and we can't just decide that, they're not going to listen. A lot of them really do want to know. That's the crazy part. As a lot of them really do want to know. I talk to a lot of kids, hit me up. A lot of young dudes is coming up. They hit me up. They follow me on Instagram. They hit me up. They want me to listen to their music, give them some feedback. They be wanting to know who did this or who was that I was in the picture with, and what they, you know what I'm saying? Like they be wanting to know these things. They be wanting that background. They, and you got to be willing to open yourself up to talk to them and bring them under your wing. What these kids are doing for each other. They looking out for each other. They helping each other out, because ain't nobody bringing them up really.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Look, Bobby Schmurder just came home. Shouts to the boy Bobby. Bobby, bitch, you already know. Hashtag. Shouts to the boy Bobby. Who brought him home? Quavo.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? They do it for each other. Where was the OGs? No OG went to go get him. No OG went to go salute him, bring him home. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true.
It's like, we can't complain about what's happening and not be active. Active in the situation. You gotta be a part of it too. You know what I'm saying? And show them the wave, and let them and allow them to be able to do their own thing. Because again, we gotta remember, hip hop is growing. We didn't know where it was gonna be 20 years ago when we started.
That's true.
Remember they said that last.
That's true.
Look where we at.
Still going, and hip hop has made millionaires and billionaires right now.
But I feel like there needs to be some type of I'm sorry, I'm getting a message.
Yeah, it's okay.
Some type of how you say it, something where people come together. Like, people need to know who Grandmaster Caz, is. Like, they should know Kool Herc should know Quavo and these kids. They should know, like, this is the man who started. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should know that. They should meet and talk, and there needs to be something, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
They come together and create that, you know, that camaraderie, because that's what we need.
That's why I like the DJ K Slave Rolling 50 song. He had rappers from every generation within that song.
Say that again?
That's why I like the DJ K Slave Rolling 50. He had artists from every generation with their one song.
Yeah, so that was pretty dope.
It opened everybody's eyes, like, wow, okay. He's from the 80s, he's from the 2000s, he's from now, he's from the 90s. He put every generation in one song.
Shouts to K Slave, because he did it.
Yes.
He get it. He understands that. Like, you have to bridge the gap some way, somehow. Like, we can't just keep complaining about it and nobody's making a move to, you know, extend their hand to the next man. Like, you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? So people know, and people don't forget. And unfortunately, right now we're in a time where everything is so microwaved and so fast. Microwave is so fast, so people tend to forget. So this is an ongoing thing. This is something that needs to continuously happen. And shouts to Nori on Drink Champs, because he's shedding light. Yeah, you know, over there, he's shedding light. Talk about some stories and talk about some things and try to form a hip hop union per se. You know, so these are things that, you know, we just need to keep. It needs to just keep happening over and over. And I think people need to start getting over themselves, you know, and just learn how to make this work. I think there's room for everybody. I think Grandmaster Caz is still one of the illest spitters right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the originals. So he's still one of the illest spitters. So it's kind of, you know, we got to open ourselves up.
That's true. I definitely agree with you. See, like me, I'm on about the talking to artists, helping artists whenever I can, you know what I mean? Regardless of who you are, just as long as I see that you're dedicated about it, I really don't mind. I don't want to say help, work with you. You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean? Working with the artists.
And that's important too. I think so many things, there's so many things that happen over the course of these few years in hip hop, you know, specifically as far as that camaraderie, you know, being gone, because, you know, again, we come from a time where from a time where hip hop started with all the elements, the break dancers, the DJ, the MC, you know. It started with the graffiti, you know, it started with all of that. And then it started gradually just becoming a solo sport. The MC by himself. Now the DJ is over here doing his own thing, and breakdancers got their own thing. It wasn't a together thing no more. So those are things that we have to definitely look at, talk about, and you know, really, really reflect and be real about it, you know, and start accepting that we went wrong in this whole game too. You know what I'm saying? The separation killed a lot of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So once we start bringing these things back together, these elements back together, then you're gonna see, you know, there's a flush of MCs out here still. You know, we still got an MC. There's still lyrics out here. There's still bars. People still spitting. We just got to bring it together. The DJ got to get back with the artist. You know what I'm saying? And the artist, you know, the artist got to include the DJ. You know, we got to get all these elements back together and start creating, bringing the culture back to the culture. We lost the culture. You know what I'm saying? So we at that time right now where it's like getting back to essence.
I heard a statement. Well, somebody told me this the other day. I was inside of Facebook, one of them underground hip hop groups, right? So I comment, listen, I'm a DJ, send me music, you know, I play it. Some artists said, well, we don't really need the DJs now because we have social media, SoundCloud, and stuff like that. Me as a DJ, that made me feel a certain way, like, yeah, you have SoundCloud, you have Mixcloud, whatever you have, but if the DJ don't play for the party, stuff like that, how will people know to go to your SoundCloud or your Mixcloud to hear your song? You know, so
we broke up on that last part.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But I was gonna say, like, other day I was inside one of those Facebook underground groups, right? You know, for like rappers, underground rappers. So I did a post. Listen, I'm a DJ. Once in a while I go live. Send me your songs. You know what I mean? I give it a play. One artist said, "Well, we really don't need DJs now because we have the social media, we have SoundCloud and stuff like that." So I comment back like, "Listen, I understand that, but if the DJs don't play it at the parties or at the events, how would people know to go to your SoundCloud or your Mixcloud to download your records?" So there are some artists that feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, and me as a DJ, that made me feel like it made me feel funny. You know what I mean? It's just like a weird way about that.
That is. I never thought about that. Word, I never thought about that. That is, I don't know. I guess you would have to be carrying around some type of promo material that's going to let people know that, you know, this is where they can find your music.
Yeah. Because places as me, I still got hip hop parties. I still got hip hop shows. I would grab my Shazam in a heartbeat, or Google the artist in a heartbeat to see where can I find their music. Even if it's an artist that I never heard of before, or like playing DJs, I'll be like, "Yo, that track you played by this, you know, who is that? Where you get that track from?" You know, that,
yeah.
You know.
But see, that's somebody that's on cloud. It's going to be hard to ban their record because it's not registered anywhere for the Shazam to work, or does Shazam work on SoundCloud? Is that what you're saying?
No, like, even if it don't come up inside Shazam, if I hear another DJ playing it, I will ask them, like, "Listen, what song is that? Where did you get that song from?" You know what I mean? Is it on iTunes? Is it on SoundCloud? So I could go get it for myself. Hello?
Sorry about that. Yeah, my internet is like jumping in and out, so excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, that's interesting. I never really thought about that. I don't really social media is a lot. Social media is a lot. Instagram is just one of the platforms I use the most because it's easy. It's easier for me, and I got the biggest fan base there. And it connects to my Facebook, fan page. So I am able to just, let it fly there as well. And of course I have to entertain Twitter by itself, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I try to keep social media to a minimum because it becomes a lot. And I don't really entertain SoundCloud like I should from what I hear. So I don't even really know what's happening over there on SoundCloud. I'll go there every now and then when somebody's like, "Oh, I was on your SoundCloud." And it's like, oh, that's still there. Like, that's still there.
I got you.
Yeah, so I haven't been and plus, I haven't, the last project I released was back in July of 2020. And I did, Spotify is one of my biggest platforms as well, musically. So I kind of stayed there, for the most part. But I don't really know too much about SoundCloud though, so I can't really comment on that.
I understand. So let's talk about any up-and-coming projects, any up-and-coming things that you're working on, like as far as songs, music, stuff like that. Is there anything that you're working on now?
I am working on a project right now, which I am very excited about. So this is a back to the boom bap. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting in my Griselda lane and shouts to Graph, and I'm getting into that zone right there. And right now, I see Jim Jones is in that zone right now too. With it's just basic and you just, you know, you doing your thing on it, you telling your story, you speaking how you speak, you know, and I'm excited about working with that. And I'm glad to have the Gangstar family, you know, behind me on that. So that is very exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time, because, you know, this is another iconic, you know, iconic family. And, you know, I just want to be able to, you know, bring my best this time around. I'm doing my best at making music that's worthy of a conversation.
Okay.
And, you know, giving people something to think about, something to talk about, something to relate to. You know, at the same time, hold my sisters down, you know what I'm saying? Show the kings out there some love too, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to talk my talk right now and step into a zone that I never stepped in before. So I got some beats that's challenging me right now, which I enjoy, actually. It's giving me a space where I can really dig in and really say the things I feel needs to be said.
Okay.
With integrity, of course. So
Okay.
I'm excited about it. I'm willing it to be, you know, releasing by the summertime. And shouts to Big Black, and we out here. Shouts to DJ Premier, we out here. You know what I'm saying?
Are there any features on the album? Are you doing any features?
Right now, we're talking to some people, but as of right now, like I'm not focused on that right now. I'm focused on doing my part.
I got you.
And then once we get the project together, if we decide, you know what, you know who could do this, who could be on this, then that's where we're gonna go with. So right now, I'm just let me get Tonisteelz, you know, let's square Tonisteelz away.
Okay. Last thing. I'm trying to see where I'm going to go because I took notes from your website, your bio. So I'm trying to see which I want to go next. Like I said, you have done a lot. Let's talk about.
I've done a lot.
Yes. Okay. Two things. These are another two iconic things between the music community. BET Jams and Vibe Magazine.
BET Jams and Vibe Magazine. Oh, for bad man thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Oh man, see, these are things that I don't even be thinking about. You know, when you working and you just doing what you do, you just keep doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even get to sit and revel in this stuff until, you know, it's brought up and it's like, oh man, yeah, that's right. BET Jams and yes, and Bob. Oh, that was awesome. It was awesome to air on BET Jams. Shouts to the whole conglomerate family. Shouts to Buster. Shouts to Prayer. Shouts to my brother. Love to you, boo. That Bad Man Thing record. I feel like that's one of those records that, what is that? This is the song that never
Yeah.
I feel like that record is that only because we recorded that record in 2014.
Okay.
We recorded that record in 2014. Shouts to Ron Browse, because Ron Browse produced the track, and we recorded it at his crib, actually. And we recorded it. We shot a video to it. There was a young lady on it, Mani Mao. Mani is actually doing her thing too right now. She popping out. She doing her thing, and she was on the second verse. We shot a video to it. It might have been out for like a year or so, and then Busta wound up picking up the record. And when Busta picked up the record, I didn't have to re-record it, thank goodness. But I felt like we shot the video so many times afterwards, like we did so many video versions of that record. Yeah. One of those records that would never end. It was like, God, we doing this again. It was like 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. He's shooting the video. When are we gonna get the right video? And then remix. But yeah, that video landed on BET Jams, and we were highlighted for a week, which was really, really, really dope. And shouts to everybody who started following me from that video release on Instagram. So shouts to y'all. And that was dope. That was dope. And Vibe, like again, he said, BT, you watch BT, coming up. I remember when BT started. You know what I'm saying? Vibe magazine, like that was the magazine everybody wanted to be in. So it's like, yeah, this is lit. Like, wow, that's pretty dope. Yo, thank you for that, Pot.
See, I do my homework. I just don't enter. I kind of Google, look at social media, website. Because everybody asks the same typical questions. I like to go outside the box, jog your memory, try to bring things back up.
I appreciate that, for real. Thank you.
All right, so what's your last word that you want to give to the people?
The last word I want to give to the people is, first of all, thanks to everybody who's been riding with me on this journey for as long as everybody's been riding for me and rooting for me and wanting to see me win. You know what I'm saying? I thoroughly appreciate that. It's definitely been some time I've been out here in these streets, but I enjoy every minute of it. And, to everybody on the come up, like, do it like you love it. You know what I'm saying? Do it because you love it. And then everything is going to fall into place for you and stand your ground and be you, all the way through.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And shouts to y'all. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much. Y'all can follow me, Tonisteelz, Tonisteelz. Everywhere online is Tonisteelz, everywhere, everything. I can check my website. If you want to check my website, tonisteelz.com. Once again, that's Tonisteelz. My clothing collection, it's a go. You already know. I got the Tonisteelz brand collection. Mm-hmm. I got the I Am Latifah collection. I don't know what Latifah is. Latifah is my native tribe. That's who I'm descended from. Okay. We were a tribe based out in St. Vincent, who went over to Honduras during the Spanish War, and that's just where we stayed. So we speak 3 languages, which is English, Spanish, and French. For them, you proud, because we the best of all worlds. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You make sure you check out B Girl at Shopify. March 1st, we are opening up, and I'm just happy. I'm thankful. I'm thankful to be here, and I hope you guys like the music that I'll be releasing, later on this year. And everybody stay safe in this pandemic. Yes. Whatever's going on, we don't know. We probably never gonna know. You know what I'm saying? But stay safe out there, be good, and let's live well, be good to each other, you know what I'm saying, and do the things that you love to do. That's gonna bring more love into this world. You know what I'm saying? Let's do things with love. Let's lead with love. Let's be intentional in the things that we do, moving forward in life. We all know right now we're in a critical time, and energy, everybody's feeling the energy right now. There's a certain energy that's passing world right now that everybody is feeling, whether it's good or bad, and people are trying to understand what's happening. It's causing anxiety, it's causing sickness within people, depression, all types of things. And there's a lot of people that are home alone, who are single, who don't have any kids or don't have any friends or family. Be kind. We definitely have to do better for ourselves and for each other. We have to do so much better. We have to be so much better. So that's what I would say in my, my closing remarks. And again, shouts to everybody out there. You already know it's your favorite hood chick, Tonisteelz, Tonisteelz, Brooklyn all day. Let's get it.
All right, everybody.
Let's go, baby. You already.
Yes, Tonisteelz, DjPot, Hip Hop Breath, and we out of here.